Okay, now let's start to look at the actual Brabo itself. Okay, you guys have already seen how we set up the grip. We already have one attack with the Super X choke, and anytime they're going to give us problems with getting that Super X choke, they're going to open up the availability to attack with the Brabo. Okay, let me show you guys how I like to do it. So everything's going to be exactly the same. All right, we get into the half guard. Okay, as we're looking for the mount, maybe the gi's already open and we pull it out ourselves. We feed it. We start to drive our knee over. We come back to a cross knee. Immediately feed the grip here. Nice and deep. Start using our elbow. Okay, and we're looking first for the X choke, Super X choke finish. Okay, so you know when he sees this, and a lot of times I really show it too. Okay, his most natural reaction is to use his hands to defend. Okay, try to block my wrist. You know, maybe stay real tight in front of his face, so I have no way to get around his neck. Okay, so from here, all I'm going to do as I'm looking for the choke is I'm going to cup behind his elbow and his tricep, just like this, and I'm going to pull his arm over. Okay, so I'm just going to pass it over my arm. Now, for the squeeze on the Brabo, I do it a little different. Okay, a lot of times you'll see people go shoulder to shoulder, all right, with their chest behind the elbow. Okay, this is definitely deep. But me, I have really long arms, and so there's still some space inside of this where his elbow can move a lot, all right? And so sometimes I would still struggle to get the finish because of my long arms and that little bit of space. The other reason why I don't finish this way is because the more weight I put over here, the more availability for him to possibly bump me over and make me lose the position, okay? So as I'm here, as soon as I pass this over, first thing I'll do is I'll straighten my arm. Okay? I just want to take the slack out. And now I'm going to go with my bicep over his tricep, and I'm pretending to take my shoulder to his nose instead of here. Okay? So I straighten a little bit, bicep to tricep, and my shoulder goes to his nose as I flex and pull with the collar grip. Okay? This takes out all the slack. All right, let me show you guys from this side. So when we're here, I pass it. I start by threatening the X choke here, the Super X. Okay, I reach over, cup his elbow, pass it over. First thing I do is I straighten. I get rid of that slack. Okay, now I start to bring my bicep to the tricep. I'm just taking my shoulder down in front of his nose to the floor as I flex. And all my weight's over here, so I can't get bumped over. There's my squeeze. And this is very tight, okay? It's very quick too, all right? It shouldn't take you very long to get the tap here, okay? So one more time. We come in front, feet nice and deep. Super X. He tries to block. We scoop the tricep, bring this over. Look how I extend, bring my body down, add my squeeze, and here's the choke, okay? Another thing you can do sometimes is if you're going, you feel some resistance, I can grab his sleeve, okay? I can grab his sleeve to help me pull this over, all right? And then I'll do the same thing with extending and then dropping down, okay? Make sure you go in front, okay? Let's look one more time. Over here. So I'm here. I'm going. He's blocking. And go right at the elbow. Open this up and pass it over. Okay? As much as he wants to try to keep his elbow in, once I open it, it's very easy. Now I start to bring it down, and there's the finish. Okay? A very smooth transition off the Super X choke. You know, this is like one of my favorite things to teach because I like to talk about how, you know, this is a unique move in the fact that you can make someone tap with just one arm, all right? The other arm doesn't even have to do anything, okay? All you're doing is just flexing that muscle, taking out all that slack there, and basically you have a triangle choke that you're setting up with just your one hand, your one arm, and that super grip with the Brabo grip.